YouTube, what is going on? Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight for another night of hot topics and social commentary. I'm so glad you guys are here with us. Get ready for a great show. We got a lot lined up for you guys tonight. First thing I need you guys to do for us really quickly before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel. That's really, really important for you guys, for us, you guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Press that big red button. It is completely free to do, y'all. Also, make sure you give us a thumbs up. We want to see at least 5 thumbs up for this video, you guys. So let's see if we can get that 5 thumbs up for this video. Make sure you leave us a comment if you'd like. Give us some feedback on what your thoughts are on the topics that we're going to tackle tonight. And also give us some suggestions of what you'd like to hear us and our brilliant minds speak on in the future. Last but not least, make sure you press that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video on this show. Got my crew back, Jennifer, Tyrone, and serving legs and hips and body. Also face, Mr. Mike. Okay, what's going on, y'all?
Let's get them, girl.
Here we go.
Yes, all right.
Y'all are hilarious.
There he
You
is.
know what? That
Come
song is
on.
stuck in my
There
head.
he is.
Oh my God.
Yes, might work. But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We want to get this bad news out of the way so we can get to the good stuff. Unfortunately, there was a terrible shooting in Texas where an 18-year-old young man barricaded himself into an elementary school. First of all, he shot his grandmother. He stole her car, didn't know how to drive. He was actually revving the engine in park. Anyways, he crashed his car, went to the elementary school. I think he came across an officer before he went into the school. And then he went into the school. He barricaded himself into a 4th grade class. He shot 19. He shot quite a few. I don't know how many people were actually injured, but there were 19 students that died and 2 teachers that passed away. This is something that we may not be surprised that this happened. Peter O'Rourke said this is predictable, and I believe that wholeheartedly. This is something that happens specifically in the United States that doesn't necessarily happen elsewhere. Of course, in Colombia and also in the middle in Middle America, they have a little bit of that issue as well. But as far as an established country, the U.S. has this issue. And I am so upset and saddened by this. I saw this posted while we were in Savannah this past Tuesday. We were visiting a cousin of mine, and it just really broke my heart. Going back to Sandy Hook, which happened a couple years back, it's terrible, and the reaction that we get every time something like this happens is the same thing. We're going to offer our prayers and our thoughts, but we do nothing as far as policy is concerned to change things around. I heard Lindsey Graham say earlier this week that there are no laws that we can pass to prevent this from happening. And if that is the mindset of our people who represent us in the Senate and in the House of Representatives, we are in danger, y'all. America, you in danger, girl. What do y'all think about this terrible situation?
Tyrone.
It was about to happen again today.
Yes, it was in Texas.
Young man is camped out in his car with rifles, ready to go. Like, how many more lives must be lost,
right,
before? Or does it have to come to your doorstep before you make a change? I mean, are our kids that dispensable? Expendable. I can't. And then to know that in the state of Texas, they loosened the regulation on gun purchase. Who can buy it? What type of background checks is done? All this for the profits of gun manufacturers.
It's very, very sad. Yes. What goes through somebody's mind saying, I'm going to wake up today and just go kill innocent anybody at that, but just innocent kids at school? I mean, you can't even think about it. And this last week was talking about the guy who went into a store and killed black people. This week, talking about somebody who went to a school and just killed kids for whatever reason that we don't know of. And I'm watching TikTok as I usually always do. It's like a second nature to TV. And this guy brought up a good point. The white guy who killed those black people was able to walk out freely and get arrested very gently. This Mexican 18-year-old was killed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Something like that. Even though he needed to be killed,
right,
he still was treated differently than somebody else who killed people also. I mean, I at this point, I don't even know what to say. This is a very sad thing. As a parent, like, I couldn't imagine having my niece or nephew or cousin, anybody go to school where you will hope that the place is a safe place where they can just learn, be a great human being, but they're never able to come back home. I'm sure for those parents, those family members, it was very sad. I wouldn't know if, you hear about these things all the time, but until it goes home, like, it doesn't affect us as if it really went home, man. But I don't want to even know that feeling at all, because it's very sad.
It really is.
It feels like it's just a losing race. That's what it feels like.
That's exactly what it is.
Because so many people are choosing not to do anything about it. And it's like the people that's writing the legislature, people that's writing the laws, it's like they don't know what it feels like to be black. They don't know what it is to be in a situation where your children are in danger of being killed.
Right.
But you choose to do whatever you want to do for your own gain.
Right.
I have nothing else to say. I'm sorry.
And something else that Greg Abbott said that really disturbed me, he brought up the fact that, Chicago and New York and these other cities and states, they have stricter gun laws, but they still have high crime rates. Well, that doesn't give you an excuse to make it easier for people to purchase guns. That doesn't give you an excuse to loosen the laws so that your so-called constituents. I don't even know if you're fighting for your constituents anymore. I think you're just fighting for your party and your party beliefs. But if that's going to be the case, like, why don't you think about the well-being of your constituents? Just like COVID, people don't take it seriously until it hits their front door. Until it hits their front door, it really doesn't matter to them because they don't have to think about it personally. It doesn't affect them personally because it hasn't happened to them per se. But to see those men in power at that press conference the other day, all of those men, in my personal opinion, have a hand in what happened. They have a responsibility for what happened, because if they had taken action years ago to prevent this, then this might not have happened, or this might not be happening at the rate in which it is happening. The fact that there are hundreds of mass shootings, there have been hundreds of mass shootings this year. Hundreds of mass shootings. It just so happens that they are not actually reported on the news because it happens so often. And that's something that I don't think people really understand because they aren't aware of it, because it's not happening in their specific city or town. But we've got to open our eyes, people. And for me, the one question that I have is, why is it that assault rifles and AR-15s and these type of large military guns are available for citizens to purchase? That makes no sense to me. What do you need an AR-15 for? You don't need it for hunting. You don't need it for target practice. You don't need it for anything else but to shoot to kill innocent people, in my opinion. What else would you do with an AR-15? What else would you do with it? I don't know. I really don't know. And so
Regina's okay, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Read that comment, Mike, for us.
Regina's saying, if you have to have a license to drive a car, why don't you need a license to buy a gun?
Right,
And
exactly.
also, she says you have to take a test and pass that test before you can get that license to drive that car. But you don't need one to buy a gun. That is stupid. I
That is
totally agree.
stupid.
Right.
The blood is on the hands of all of those who applauded the no gun license laws. Now that's
Speak
huh.
on that.
I
You
bet
have
they
blood
don't,
on your
but they don't. The reason why they don't do it is because they haven't hit them yet personally. But I
exactly.
guarantee you, if it touches one of their family members or their kids, the law will be changed tomorrow within the next hour, the next second.
Come on.
And see, I think also the fact that the target in this instance was black and brown people.
Yeah.
Because if they went into a regular old charter preparatory school that they have to pay over $1,200 in tuition, if they walked up in there like that,
Right.
what is going on?
Because
Yes.
and what is sad is the Will Smith slap got more attention than these last two shootings.
It
Absolutely,
did.
That's true. It lasted
It
in
did.
it did.
man.
And then,
It
like,
lasted a whole month.
like
They were still
Jonathan
talking about
said, the publicity of these mass shootings. I think it was in Colorado also today. There were some schools that were put on lockdown
As
because
they needed to
of
be, yeah.
threats of weapons
Right.
on campus.
What makes you? I mean, killing somebody, period, is stupid, and just crazy. But innocent kids,
Now,
the innocent kids ain't do nothing to him,
his,
Right.
and he ain't known them from Adam.
I can't.
Like can of paint.
here's
Right.
the interesting tale about his story in Texas. He was bullied in high school.
Who wasn't?
And that was the excuse for him to go to
That's no damn
elementary
excuse.
school.
An elementary school.
People who are innocent and
Not even in the same
unable
class.
to defend themselves.
Don't know him at all. That's no excuse.
And so
Right.
you have these people that tend to target those that have no power to fight back.
Let me backtrack. Being bullied can put a lot of pressure on you.
Is
And
this
if you're being bullied, you need to tell somebody. It's a serious thing. I know it
It
can
is.
mess with your mind because mental health, like we were saying before the show, is a serious thing.
It
It
is.
is.
So I don't want to take it lightly. I mean, so people, if somebody's telling you they're being bullied, take it serious.
absolutely
Right.
So we won't have this happen again. If this should, well, we know it's gonna happen again. It's just now. It's like when.
just win.
Just win.
And
Right.
Regina says maybe this event will help to get these laws changed. I'm praying it does.
It won't.
No,
And that's
It's not
why
the
I
first
wanted to
time.
say it's. I
Texas is
don't
known
know.
for the shootings in schools.
Because we have these conversations every time it happens.
Every
We
time.
hope that gun laws change. We say this
And
every
nothing
time
does.
a
And
mass shooting happens, and it never works. It
they're
just
trying
never
to
works.
they're trying to get rid of abortions. They're
Right.
trying to, but they don't want to take care. They literally don't want to take care of the babies that are coming out of people's wombs right now.
I don't know if
Right.
this is our topic, but did y'all see the guy asking the black doctor about abortions?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that.
Well, he called her by her name first, and she said, "Doctor." She put her name. It's a black lady, and he was asking her, "Do you believe that an abortion should happen at the time where the baby is coming out the canal?" And she said, well, she tried to say, because he kept cutting her off. Well, she said, "I don't want to talk about what's never has happened,
Right.
because that's ridiculous." No,
Exactly.
so do you agree with it or not? It's yes or no, yes or no. And like just kind of force her to say something. This whole world is up.
It is.
Yeah, but that's why we need strength.
And
Yeah.
Regina, real quick, Regina had said, right, Mike, who wasn't bullied? Bullying is not right, and people should not do it. But But don't use it as a reason to kill people
right.
who do not bully you. That's the thing.
Correct.
That's why I like black people, because usually we just go for the source. Okay,
Exactly.
I mean, it's still wrong, but at least we just go for the source.
Well, I think the thing with
out there in the streets.
Correct. I don't think with black people, me, my mom, and my family, we always joke about this. Of course, people are going to say things that they don't like about you. You're big, you're ugly, you're gay, whatever. They're always going to say this. But my family has said it to me first. So if my family has hurt my feelings, I can't get you that I don't even know you to hurt my feelings. My mom has already said it to me. So you don't
see that's the stuff that a lot of people still don't have in their own home, though. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody has that experience. A lot of people just go to school and have to get ridiculed and have their home as a safe space. But Regina also said, "You better speak, Jennifer." That was for me.
You better speak, Jennifer.
And also during that press conference, Beto O'Rourke, he is a gubernatorial, thank you, Jennifer, candidate for Texas. And he confronted those, I think it was like 15 to 20 or 30 men that were on. What was that?
I'm gonna say, yeah, he took a moment.
Yes, he took a moment. And some people might say that was the wrong place, but he was holding their feet to the fire. He was saying what needed to be said. And I am so happy that he said that, because one of the men on the stage said, how dare you make this political? Well, you're making this political, Republicans. You are making this political. The decisions that you're making are strictly political. So yes, that's all we're going to say about that particular story, because we do not want to harp on that catastrophe.
Rest in peace to all those innocent kids and teachers. May our prayers goes out to your family members, and I know it's gonna take a long time for you guys to get over this, but
may your grandma.
It's a light at the end of the tunnel, which you can't see right now, but just keep God first and keep pushing forward.
And cling on to your faith. You must cling on
in this moment
to your faith. So there is another issue that happened. I believe it was either last week or the week before. A Delaware State lacrosse team. They were traveling from Florida to Delaware from a match, and they were stopped in Georgia. They were initially stopped because there is a Georgia law whereas large vehicles, I guess buses and 18-wheelers and things of that nature, are not allowed to travel in the left lane. They're not allowed to stay in the left lane. The left lane is only for passing as far as those larger vehicles are concerned. And that's the initial reason why they were pulled over. They did have a dog come out to the bus. They stated that the dog hit on something in the front of the bus. Therefore, they proceeded to search the young lady's bags. They went onto the bus and they almost accused them of having drugs. If we find something, I'm sure your chaperones and your leaders are going to be really disappointed. I'm saying, like, they were trying to make them feel bad before they even searched anything. And I understand that, police will say that to someone before they go searching. But, for me, this does seem racially motivated. Of course, the sheriff, who just so happens to be Black, he said, well, how could it be racial if they did not know who was on the bus? Well, the officers went on to the bus. Then after they came off of the bus and went back into their car, they one of the deputies was recorded saying, oh, it's a whole bunch of girls. They probably have some weed on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't say anything about Black or whatever, and I'm thinking he might not have said that on purpose. But the president of Delaware State has spoken to the sheriff. The president of Delaware State is not happy about what happened. The sheriff initially said that there was no search that was done. However, he did come out later and retracted that statement and said that he meant something else when whatever. But he is backing his deputies. But what do you guys think about this issue?
All right, so I just take risk rating to say it's discrimination.
Exactly.
Right. That's still wrong.
It is.
But anywho, okay, buses, trucks, they need to stay in the right lane. Okay, we understand that. We got it. But for you to, I didn't see a lot of shows of cops and dirty cops and all that stuff. Those when they get their dogs, they make those dogs hit on the bus or hit on the whatever car to make the dog react. So I know the dog probably didn't smell nothing but nothing.
Diesel fuel.
Nothing.
Diesel
right.
fuel.
Okay.
As high as gas is.
Bumpers.
Okay.
Right.
Tire rubber.
Right.
So they made the dog scratch that buzz so they can check it. And then what made it, I know you said in the briefing, what stuck out to me, what made it weird was, because I was like, okay, maybe he made a mistake. But then when you said, well, we didn't search their bags, but then they got caught searching their bags. Now you're lying about it. So why are you lying for it? So now you're making it seem like weird. Like why are you lying? Now my antennas are rising up. So
yeah, it makes you ask, what are you trying to hide?
Yeah, what are you trying to hide?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. If you have one story and now you have to correct yourself and you caught yourself up in a lie, either you didn't know, you were misinformed, or you knew, or you were trying to make things look better than they were.
They were.
Exactly.
If you did both of them, it's still stupid.
Exactly. Either way. And that makes me question your integrity.
Right.
The kind of man you may be as a sheriff. But this is the thing for me. When I saw this story, I can hardly look at the story ever because it just grinds my gears and it makes me angry. I had only one word to say when this came along in our group message about it. I'm not going to say it out loud, but it's just a C word that I had in my shondo, and I'm going to leave that there. Go ahead.
Excuse me. You know, I had a raccoon outside my house the other day.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Was it digging in the trash?
Yeah.
Looking for scraps?
No, it was the trash.
Oh,
okay. Tyrone, you have any thoughts on this issue?
I hate that, like you said, discrimination.
And the girls went through that. That's traumatizing.
You found out that they were college students.
Oh, so they smoke weed. You gonna get
and so you assume, college students smoke weed. But they're athletes.
Right.
And you know that they're athletes because you talked about it when you came on the bus and spoke with them.
Mm-hmm.
And talked about what your dogs were going to do when they come.
Trying to threaten me and get me scared.
Right. They're trying to scare these women.
Why are we using these things as scare tactics? Why are we prejudging people and using stereotypes as means of probable cause?
It's like they were bored that day. That's
right.
What it seemed like to me.
Right.
That's what I believe that happened was, who do they think they are riding in this lane?
And that person was getting over. The person was getting over and get from behind a slow car and get back in the lane. I mean, it probably was so simple. I mean, it's war going on, people getting killed, and you worry about me driving in another lane.
And the dog has to hit on something to give them probable cause in order to search anything. So ain't no telling if the dog actually hit on anything. The dog probably hit on some cologne, some perfume, or some deodorant.
He hit on bumper. He hit on windshield wipers. That's what he hit on because it was apparently there. But go ahead.
Mike, how did you? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say he hit on that windshield wiper fluid. That's what he hit on.
That's what it was.
You know, a little antifreeze on the ground.
Okay.
Virginia said, Mike, how you cut till you had a raccoon in your house? It was an insider. If you missed it, you missed it.
No, I think
she got it. Did you get
she got it. I hope she got it.
Yeah.
If you ain't get it, Regina, I'm gonna text you.
Right.
They always messing around with you.
Right.
Little stuff.
The dog smelled someone. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all don't see it. Oh gosh, sorry about that.
Yeah. A bologna sandwich.
Right. But yeah, so hopefully everything turns out right. Hopefully there's an investigation into what actually happened during that pullover. And maybe we'll get some more information on that in the future. Another huge story that came out, a video surfaced of an ex-NFL player. I'm not sure exactly what his name was, but an ex-NFL player was at a United Airlines check-in place. And he was assaulted by one of the workers at the check-in desk. And I saw the video and the worker actually slapped him first. So
Right.
that beating that the worker ended up getting
Well
was deserved. He really didn't get like beat to a pulp, but he got his guy. So
Oh yeah.
and he was terminated. And
As
the
he should be.
ex NFL player was charged with simple assault, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yes, he should have been.
He shouldn't have been. Those charges should have been dropped. And they
Right,
shouldn't have
exactly.
been
Especially after they saw that he was not the aggressor. So
Yeah.
But you know why?
Of course.
exactly.
Because
Come on, somebody.
we have to be I just thank God for cameras. I thank God for cameras.
Right.
I thank God for cellular phone cameras, because if it wasn't for that, who knows?
We would have been in jail, locked the hell up.
Because they would have
Right.
they would have been, going through hell and high water to try to find a witness to actually speak towards that.
Exactly.
So seeing that man, he put his hand on that grown black man first. I said, what do you think this is?
He thought he was Will Smith.
That's what he thought.
Not today.
I ain't Chris Rock.
Not today.
Okay.
But the thing, sit down. I know I get excited, but just sit down.
And
Jumping all up on
just
me.
to let you guys know, Regina gets the joke now.
Okay. Sit down. I was
Sit down, Stevie.
right. Make me come out of character on camera.
Right.
Okay.
Don't you make me come out myself.
Okay.
Right.
No. Okay.
Okay, because New York
Peter
said
get my door. Okay.
Because New York said I've been on pause, but I'm about to press
come on.
play in a
In a
millisecond. Okay.
Oh, it might be all over your
Yes.
Like, go ahead and ask her because she got to do. Hurry up.
Yes, New York.
Yes.
The breed of reality. Oh.
Yeah.
Now I don't remember what I was about to say. Oh, I don't. You know what? It doesn't even matter what happened prior to this video being shown, because even if the guy was wrong,
Right.
and he was cursing your ass out, you don't come behind your counter, sir.
Right.
Come on.
Get in my space.
Come on.
Okay, in my
inner
face.
bubble, and
on.
then had the nerve
The
to
nerve.
slap me.
The nerve.
And then,
Wow.
and you know what? The thing was, the guy kind of missed the first time, but he got you the second time, and I think he hit something behind that desk, because your eye was baby.
He
Honey.
was leaking.
Honey.
But
He was leaking.
I've told, my only thing was, he better not be on a do not fly list. He better be in a fly still.
Right.
He
Because
better not be. I do not know.
That grown black man was provoked.
He was. He was.
He was taken there because this could have been a cussing match all day long.
Yeah.
And
it
it
really
looked like
could
that
have.
black man wasn't about to touch that man. But when you...
Oh, he wasn't. Even when he said, he touched me. He touched me. Then
He went on. He made sure everyone understood what happened before he went on and laid hands on him. He wanted to make sure that was understood.
Right.
As a black man, you gotta cover yourself.
And a black man, you have to do that before you even react. Still, to this day, that's sad.
Right, because what people will say is that this is another example of black men being aggressive, or black people in general being aggressive. Go ahead, Tyrone.
This is not no petting zoo. You don't get to touch, pat, or push me and not think I ain't gonna do nothing back.
Repercussions.
Okay.
These ain't them old time years.
And United being the most expensive airline it is right now.
Come on.
If I'm on your plane, I got a little coin anyway. I don't care if I'm in
Okay,
the
I'm keeping this
plane,
job.
Okay.
Because it's like, apparently throughout the exchange, it's gotten past disrespectful.
Well, when you
It really has.
Definitely got past disrespectful.
Yes.
So for that person to get out of professionalism while he was doing his job and he was on the clock, for him to walk around and do what he did on purpose, he more than deserves what he received.
I think he probably let his ego get the best of him, because he had his chest puffed out and he was like, he was going to be the man and he was going to do whatever it is that he wanted to do. But
and I hope that guy behind the counter on the do not fly list.
Right.
Because Ken thought he was protected.
Not Ken.
He thought he had the backing of the company.
Billy thought he was the
and
one
all the workers there. But you
Because
feel
he was just him. But Regina said, I will own that airline. You're now flying with Regina Ogbar Airline.
Okay.
welcome aboard.
She also expressed her love for Tiffany.
Tiffany Pollard, yes.
All right, what's the next thing? Because that was fun.
Absolutely. The next thing we're going to get into is Mike had an encounter with one of the bad boys from Bad Boys LA. Give us the juice. Give us the tea.
The tea is
Give me the tea.
Milan. Yes, Milan. What's his name? Christopher.
Milan Christopher.
Yeah, him. He's on the Bad Boys Club this season, and everybody's been getting on him because he's been kind of fake and phony and.
You on mute, baby.
We can't hear you.
I'm mute.
My inhaler is coming tomorrow. I'll be okay.
Okay.
Excuse me. Anywho, see, talking about that got me coughing.
Okay.
But, what happened was, people really been gassing him up lately on under his posts on Instagram when he's really the problem. And people like to ride people coattails. I understand. I wasn't even gonna get on him because it's really not his fault. People are like, riding. So I just said, y'all gassing him up.
That's all you said?
That's all I said, y'all. Now y'all know how I can get down and get dirty with it.
Because you could.
Right. That's why
That's all I said. Y'all really gassing him up. Milan within 10, I was actually eating lunch. My phone was going off. What the hell going on with my phone?
Right.
Oh my gosh.
He replied to my post under my post. The only thing that looks gassy is the pictures from the pictures and videos on your page. The only thing that looks gassy is you, Sting. Thank you. Then somebody under him somebody replied under him, and I reposted on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, girl, you're right, but those factors don't affect me. But I know that's your go-to child. Like, no,
right. That's all you can say.
I'm bothered. Like, girl, fat and beautiful, fat and cute, fat and okay, you can't hurt me, bitch.
Right. Like something happened during a RuPaul's Drag Race reading challenge. And during season 10, Eureka, after she finished reading her fellow contestants, she said, now I can't wait to hear all of y'all reads about me being fat. Because when someone is larger, that's the only thing that you can go to. That's all you
only
got.
thing you can go to.
That's all you got.
Okay? That's the only thing you got. But just know, I might be a singer, but this fat ain't lonely.
Okay.
So Milan then blocked me after that, though. Okay, I guess I didn't even really go in to get him the Michael.
Okay, the treatment. Okay.
The real good treatment. But you're so lame. Like, for you to even say, I'm sure there was so many other comments that really read his behind. Exactly. Take mine. I mean, that's just fine. I know I'm that bitch, okay?
And you know what? I feel like because it was so subtle, he just looked at your picture and saw an easy target, and he said, "Oh, I got a fat comeback, so I can give him that."
He tried, though.
Then he went to it. So
because it was even people liking my status, like about what I was saying, other than him. So, but it's cool, Milan,
Oh, God.
Right. Regina said, Mike, he ain't lonely, and he is not. Y'all, guess what? I know this is off top. Okay. Let me keep this PG-13. So, yesterday, I called my mother, probably on my break or something at work or whatever, and she didn't answer the phone. Or she texted me, I'll call you back. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So yesterday, an old friend came by. We were just talking.
Yeah.
Talking. And my mom called me today. She's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah." She said, "I called you last night, but the phone answered and hung up." So I'm like, "But what? I don't remember you calling me." She's like, "Yeah, check your phone." So I see a call at 9:37 where it picked up for 5 seconds and hung up. So I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even hear the phone. Thank God she didn't hear anything in the background."
Oh, Lord.
So I'm guessing maybe they picked up the phone and hung up. I don't know, but I didn't even hear the phone ring.
Well, don't pick up the phone with my mama.
Right.
Mama.
No, that phone would have just picked up and just hit on answer.
Oh, just just send it straight to voicemail. Dang, damn it. Turn off the ringer. Don't hang up on mama.
Ooh,
please. Anyway, Regina said, why he ain't come to my page? I'm fat too, and I got a word for him too.
Okay, honey. Well, because
There you
Regina
go.
got a word. That's what she got.
Blue.
If she ain't got nothing else, she got a word.
She
Like,
got a word.
Like,
okay.
Got him. She
first
got
of
him.
all, Milan has more plastic surgery than anybody that I know. Your face is not all that, Milan. Like, you think because you just have a nice body, which I don't even like nice bodies like that. Like, it's not even that cute for me. It's not my thing. But you know, people are thirsty out there, and they're gonna just
Apparently.
tell you what you want to hear. I'm not that girl, so
Right. The worst thing is when you have someone with a beautiful body and a terrible,
ugly,
terrible,
right?
terrible
Attitude,
personality or
person,
has
yes,
an ego about them, and that diminishes your point system
right,
down at least half. Like that
right.
takes you from a 10 plus to a 4.5 child. It really
Mm,
does.
it
But
does.
anyways, somebody want to read that comment before we get into social
She
commentary?
said, "Jonathan, right? I got a word."
Okay, she does have a
Okay.
word, y'all. So for our social commentary, Mike brought this subject up because I didn't even think of
A
this.
great subject.
But Candy in an interview said that Escape would beat Destiny's Child in verses. Now, to me, I'm personally a huge fan of DC4, the original Destiny's Child.
Yes.
They're probably my second favorite girl group after the Spice Girls. But they had, don't judge me. Do not judge me. Okay, please. I do not need the comments. You can comment if you want to. I'm going to ignore it. Okay, I might even like it, but I will ignore it. Okay, but yes, Destiny's Child probably has definitely sold more than they have. They definitely have more hits than they have. I feel as though they have better people, production writers behind them. I feel as though
That's everything, ain't it?
right, pretty much. But as far as vocally, I feel like DC4 might be on the same level, if not maybe a little bit better than Escape. I don't know. Maybe Escape might have the better lead singers. But as far as just the group in general, I'm giving it to Destiny's Child off of discography alone.
You know what? Just to backtrack also about the interview, it was on Andy Cohen's show, and it was the guests were Candy and Lil Jon.
Okay.
Now, I mean, if I was Candy, I would have said Escape too. That's my group. That's my heart. I mean, of course, I'm gonna say my group is gonna win. And then she also has wrote for this Child also, so I know it's no beef there or anything.
Right.
But the people have spoken, Candy, and we think that what you said was a damn lie. Okay.
The lie detector says it's all lies.
A lie from the pits of hell.
Pits of hell, okay? Now, I will say, Xcape gave a good verses when they did their versus
SWV.
SWV.
That was
they
good.
went in and
That's
did
an
it
even
good.
match.
But SWV, Destiny's Child, girl, it would have been a whole different show.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Whole different show. And I do believe, and this is me being honest, I do believe Tasha and her sister are better singers.
Yes.
Than Destiny's Child, all of them, Beyonce included. And y'all know how I feel about Beyonce, but I'm an honest person. But so Tasha and her sister are the better singers, but group wise.
Yeah.
And
better dynamic.
Yes, that would be a good version. I mean, I would be up on my feet the whole entire show.
Right.
Because they have some great songs.
I will be waiting to hear those writings on the wall tracks. That's what I will be waiting to hear. Because they can just play that whole album.
If
they don't have to play nothing else.
If Latavia would say, couldn't tell it a jacket.
Come on, Latavia, yes.
Get in there, girl.
But she's not going to do nothing but...
get in there.
Was that thing she said on the show? Latavia didn't give nothing but the thing she did on the show when she was like R&B diva.
If she would have just did that one good time, just that song that she was on, like that would have made my whole life. I'm sorry.
I would have given her a standing ovation.
Okay.
She just showed up with a mic. And I would
she just said hello. That's all I need.
Okay. Yeah. I just need to see Latavia and Latoya standing next to Beyonce and Kelly. I just need to see it one more time. Like I really.
Wait, hold on. We forgot the topic. Let me go ahead and give my.
Okay.
See now we're just talking about what we need to see from Destiny's Child. That just shows you where our heart is.
Okay.
Is with Destiny's Child. Now just like we talked about. they have a lot of hits. Xcape has their hits as well, but the Destiny's Child hits, they hit harder and
They
a
hit
little bit
harder.
and higher on the charts. So so
On the charts. I like how you said charts, Jennifer.
Yes, they are. Read.
Yes.
so the best thing about Destiny's Child, I was just thinking about the song Bugaboo. You know what I'm saying? There are so many hits that they have, and it's like not every. I'm not saying, okay, I'm saying it. Xcape, a lot of their hits are just on the same ride.
Right.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because Destiny's Child gave you all of that. The ballads, a little bit of hip hop,
they gave you variety,
little fun, little dance, thinking about songs like Jumpin', and songs like Happy Face, and songs like
Sexy Daddy. I was thinking about Sexy Daddy earlier today.
So good.
So good.
So good. So.
And then not just the regular version of So Good. I'm talking about the that remix of So Good that was on the remix CD. Good, so good. I'm doing so good. And they re-recorded that. They didn't just edit. They re-recorded that. That was like, see, I can't even stop talking about that.
If they even come out with the first album and the very last album.
Yeah.
That last album, nothing down.
Destiny Fulfilled.
Destiny Fulfilled.
Right.
Yeah.
Hit them with t-shirts.
Come on.
Or through with love. Let Michelle go off with her verse on Through with Love, child.
It's a church. But I will reiterate, just like Mike has said, Latasha and what is their names? The Scott girls.
It's Latasha and what's Tiny's real name? Because they got the same name.
Tamika and
Latasha. They got the same name, so
they sing. They sing very, very well. But when it comes to these verses, if those two had verses, the hits will continue to run for Destiny's Child, and they would run out. Just saying, they would run out. They would be able to sing the hit that Candy wrote for them.
Yes.
Which is Bills.
Bill.
The only way that would work is Candy and Tiny. If the only way that would work is if Candy and Tiny sang Bills before they could sing too.
It's not gonna be the same effect. It's not gonna be the same effect. But also on the Xcape versions, they also did solo tracks. If this new track come up with solo stuff too.
Well, I mean,
and then Beyonce do some solo stuff. Even when Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. Come on.
Okay, because all three of them are on.
I'm not worried.
And then we would have to have all five of them on there. Yes, we are excluding Farrah. We always exclude Farrah.
Okay.
She get her bags.
Okay.
Get your bags and get on the plane.
Okay, go home, girl. Go home. Go home.
But we're not coming out there, though. We're not coming out there. Get your bags at any time, though.
You can get your bags at any time. Yeah, you can. And then But anywho, you even have LaToya singing
Torn.
Or She Don't.
She don't.
Okay.
You must regret the day that you left me.
Okay.
The day that you left me.
Child.
Let me tell you something. Xcape would have been blown all the way out the water.
All the way out.
They would have been always doing the show.
And that's just with Destiny's Child stuff. If we go over to the solo stuff that all of them have done, shoot, even Kelly talking about motivation and y'all, I was gonna like this.
When Love Takes Over, okay. When Love Takes Over was my jam. Okay.
But
I told y'all I was gonna bump like this. Like that song was a jam.
Right. Might come out with legs and hips and everything else.
Body.
That's what Candy gonna come out with.
That's what Candy gonna say.
It's not a hit, sis.
Tyrone, what are your thoughts? We going on and on.
I'm sorry.
You got to say,
because we love.
Yes, we do.
We love them. Go ahead.
I just want to see LaToya. I don't care
He love
nobody else.
Latoya.
Yeah,
Latoya is my
do
girl,
too.
man. Oh my
To me,
god.
she's the most beautiful member, in my opinion. I feel like she's the
I
most
lean more
beautiful.
towards Kelly. Yeah,
Kelly is
Oh,
I
okay.
love Kelly
Mhm.
too, but Latoya.
Yeah.
Latoya, like
Latoya,
for
right?
me, it's her hair that gives her like the
Very
edge a
versatile.
little bit.
She is
Cause
I
so
will agree.
versatile
But
with
she's
looks.
always pretty all the way.
I
yeah,
like her voice because it's so light.
right. But she's still a soprano at the same time,
Yes.
and I
So-
love that.
And it's
I-
her range is very unique to me.
It is.
You know, because she dips down into the alto.
Yeah, she's the.
She's that bridge voice.
This is the music
for
major, y'all. That's why he's
Yeah.
going to speak for no reason.
But I think she has a lot of rings that we have not even experienced yet. Because
She does. Because, man, to hear her do things on her live Instagram
Mm,
Oh,
is
he be
a
watching them.
whole nother side of her.
yeah.
And she's just silly, and I like it. I
yes.
think she's dope, man.
Regina said, "Can either of the groups get together and do a versus?" Well, Xcape has already done one, but I don't think Destiny's Child will be able to get together. Not because of
No.
attitudes or anything. I don't think Beyonce will. I don't think the moment is right for them. Versus for me is mainly people who are close to being has-beens. And I don't want to say that because Mary did it, and they're not has at all, or nowhere near it. But that was gospel, so that's a slide. But everybody else though, like
I don't know, man.
Well, yeah, because
They
Gucci Mane and Jeezy, I don't think they're. Oh, okay.
They got hits that have lingered and stayed current.
Absolutely. But
That's
still,
true.
As far as them,
yeah.
Right.
And having current music.
Yeah.
it's gonna be enough.
Right. Well, let me ask you guys, who do you guys think has the better harmonies? How their voices blend?
Destiny's Child.
I'd have to say DC4 has amazing.
DC4 hands down has
like
the best harmony.
They blend so beautifully. Like Latavia taking the lower, I guess Kelly was taking the alto, and Latoya taking soprano. Like their blend. Like with Xcape, I feel like I hear Candy a lot. In her lower tone. You sort of
in Xcape, you hear the Scots Girls and Candy.
Right.
That's why people didn't know Tiny sang.
I didn't know either. She had a whole show. I ain't no Super Xcape.
Right. Like, I think people were surprised to hear her have a solo on My Little Secret, and she killed that.
Yes,
and
it's very. You know, you
and I think people I think people forget that she led Tonight, and she she went off on Tonight.
She didn't lead tonight.
Yes, she didn't lead it, but she had a big part in it, though.
She had a part.
She had a good hand.
But you're right. DC4. This was.
I don't know. I think DC3 had a better harmony than DC4.
Here's the reason why it made me seem that way. We have to keep it real with our gals.
Let's keep it real.
Can we be real?
Let's be real, because that's what we do here.
The harmonies and everything. That was just Beyonce.
It was just Beyonce. I'm sorry.
It was Beyonce and Kelly.
Beyonce and Kelly.
That was Beyonce and Kelly.
But let me tell you.
But it was all of them on Riding on the Wall.
Yeah.
If you go to those live performances and hear them from the very first note, they sound good together. But even with those live award, like sing a song, y'all sing a song, and they do these songs together, they just blend so similar name. They argue their own. They know it.
That's the difference, Mike. Their live is different from their studio, because when you hear Destiny Fulfilled, Beyonce is all over those choruses. She is all the way in the front.
Y'all keep my case for these girls, okay? If you hear the song, what's the song? It's a song that you really, if you hear the song, you won't know which one is singing on this song. Hello.
Hey, Joseph.
What's going on, Joseph?
what's the song? It's on Distance Fulfilled. And if you don't be if you listen to that song, they're all singing together. Well, not together, but they're all coming in on the first verse. And you wouldn't know which one kicks off and which one kicks in if you don't listen hard.
In moments when they do a cappella, of course they're going to showcase all their voices. It's just that in the other songs, like, just think about "Cater to You."
I said what
that
I
is
said.
Beyonce's.
I have another example. Think about Soldier. When you think about the chorus to Soldier, you cannot tell me that is almost all Beyonce until the end. Know to carry big things, if you know what. There's a little bit of harmony there.
You can hear about to call her Monique. Jesus, you can hear Michelle. Thank you. You can hear.
I love you too, Michelle. You got your own lane and you know where.
Now that is commendable. But to Mike's point, yes, their harmonies really did sound good. I feel like we needed some more opportunities to hear that from DC4 because when DC3,
I agree.
When DC3 did the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my Lord! And that right there, best one I heard.
That was amazing.
Oh,
hearing them sing "Total Praise," amen, amen.
Right.
That and here, they did a lot of stuff that actually showcased. And when they sing "If" live, when they sing that
right,
if I don't like it, that's them doing that for sure. So I give it to you. It might just be those three girls because
that national anthem made them voices instruments.
Come on,
right? Exactly. That was beautiful.
And Michelle, Beyonce, and Kelly did that. Okay,
and they looked beautiful.
Without a trumpet, a trampoline, a trombone, without a flute, a piano, without background singers.
Okay.
They don't
need them.
They didn't need them. Beyonce used her throat. Michelle used her throat, and Kelly used her throat too. Okay. And they sung the hell.
And also Kelly showed versatility going from DC4 to DC3 because she had to go from alto to soprano. So I think that shows that she's versatile, but also Destiny's Child was able to reach a much wider audience, whereas Xcape was really in that R&B thing. Mike, go ahead and read Regina's comment if you want.
She said, "I think Groove With Me by T.D. McCollum will beat them all."
Right.
Thank you for that vote of confidence. I love that. Of course, Joseph said, "Hey," and Regina also said, "I'm not."
Regina, you have to say that though, okay?
But I do like Michelle. She's not a fan of Beyonce.
Yeah, but I do like Michelle. Michelle doesn't get the praises she needs. Michelle, and I didn't give it to her at first either. But when I Trump, right? I missed that word all the way up. Okay. But I didn't give it to her until I saw her live at the Fulfilled show, and she sung her solo gospel song.
Yeah.
And because people started sitting down, she started singing. But at the end of that song, everybody out there speaks, and I was like, "Oh my God, yeah, this girl can sing." I see why you're in the group now. I see it.
I know she can sing.
And this is my thing that hopefully should have opened everybody's eyes. In that, not the is it the Destiny Fulfilled one?
Destiny Fulfilled.
Yeah.
You're talking about the concert?
The concert in Atlanta?
Yes.
Okay, so that one. When they were doing Survivor and Beyonce and Michelle was going back and forth. Me and Jonathan will always say, Kelly couldn't have done that. Kelly got a good voice, but she couldn't do that.
But Kelly, she's sweet and soft, but Michelle comes with that texture.
Right, that's what I was about to say. Kelly doesn't have the texture that Michelle and Beyonce
which is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. Everyone's voice is different.
But her and Michelle, they had to do that, and Michelle was able to keep up because she got it. And people won't want to act like she do, but she do.
She did, but Michelle killed her solo and Through With Love on that Destiny Fulfilled Atlanta concert.
I get the whole every time I hear that song.
Right.
responsibility. Destroy my many insecurities. I'm breaking down somebody's
grace for me.
She said, Lord, I need your love.
I found a new love. I found it in God.
Okay,
Yeah. Say yeah. I don't have to cry no more.
She said, you better get saved today.
Okay.
Is there a one? Anywho, Regina says, I'm still laughing at the raccoon in your house.
Okay, not in my house.
No, not in my house.
Who let
These
coons in
He would never be in my house.
At the dumpster.
Who let these
Okay. I was waiting for you.
raccoons in my house?
I heard about you. You always gonna be.
I heard about you. Okay. I was waiting for you at the door.
That when I first saw that thing, I laughed so hard. I know he's not on TV acting like this.
Right, and did you see the picture of them two at a club like years and years?
Yeah,
and years and
like
years
3 years, 4 years ago. Yes.
Right. Ooh, child. But
she said, "Who you fighting?" I mean, you got all the men.
You got all the
be like you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they want to be you.
But I mean,
he was giving little gay boys.
gosh,
He wasn't. He really was not. Okay.
Okay.
Child.
Real quick, Regina said us. Oh, I already said that. Sorry. But yeah, that was funny. I hope y'all get the joke eventually. But
Right.
wait, this ain't my spot. Go ahead, Jonathan. Sorry.
Right. So, anyways, we've been having too much fun, but we want to thank all of you guys for joining us tonight. This was a lively show. Oh my goodness! But thank you guys for joining us tonight. Once again, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click that thumbs up for Stevie, and also make sure you leave us a comment and press that notification bell. Make sure you join us next Thursday at 9:30 p.m. again for another night of hot topics and social commentary. Mike, give us your social media platforms.
Yes, my name is Mr. Real 121 on Twitter, Instagram, and also on TikTok. And also, if you throw shade towards me, I'm throw shade towards you back. Don't block me now. We can still live within the same territory, but just know I'm going to read you for filth.
Right. You have been warned.
Yes, you have. Excuse you. All those single, beautiful men out there. You can always hit me in my inbox. I'm always down for a conversation about our hot topics.
Yes, I love that.
Hot topics.
Yeah.
Mike,
Okay, it's definitely some hot
Mr.
topics.
Real 121.
Stop it. Okay. Next.
Yes.
Jeez Louise.
Here she comes. Everyone,
I'm over
The
it.
light.
the light of the Leos.
Apparently, we need to go to bed. Look, if you would like to follow me, my name is Jennifer. I am the light of the Leo. All you have to do is go to the Instagram and the TikTok, and you'll be
That's right,
able
Stevie.
to see. It's at the light of the Leo. And if you want to find my Facebook, just look into my whole government name. It's Jennifer Star McCullum, and you'll be able to find me there as well. And the YouTube is also the Light of the Leo. I'm going to be keeping that going.
Yeah.
On the 2nd, I believe, right? Of June?
Third.
The 3rd of June. Thus saith the Lord. Okay.
All
You
right.
just want to be in the video so bad. Quiet and sit down.
Tyrone, come on with your social medias before Stevie gets upset.
All right, y'all. Y'all can reach me on Facebook, Instagram, a little bit of TikTok, Mr. TD McCullum. That is me. And you can also check out my lovely new single out there. Yo,
Yes.
get you on your feet and get you shaking your groove thing.
Grooving with me.
Groove With Me is on all your streaming platforms. Check me out.
TD McCullum.
I mean, yours truly, TD McCullum.
Yay.
Yeah, check out my bro. And also, you can check me out on Instagram. I am JoJo_3020. You can also find me on TikTok, JoJo_3020_. I'm on Facebook, Jonathan Lee. If you'd also like to reach out to me in another way, you can email me, WilliamJonathanLee@gmail.com. And that reminds me, I need to check that email. But anyways, thank you guys again so much for joining us. We keep it real on JoJo Speaks. So thank you guys so much for joining us. And again, be sure to join us next Thursday, same time, same place, same beautiful faces, 9:30 p.m. Do not miss out. But until then, we are going to say bye. Have a good night, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Legs and hips
Thus saith the Lord.
and
Body.
body.
Ow.
Let's get them
We
going.
getting out of here. I'm turning this off. We getting out of here, y'all.
This
Bye,
says the
y'all.
Lord, so now T-Day is the Lord. Just
Bye, y'all. Be safe, y'all. Everyone be safe.